Hello, class. As a member of the City Council of Detroit, it is my duty to ensure that the best plans and legislature are passed so that the City of Detroit can return to its once former glorious past. However, the recent financial crisis and the extreme shortage of monetary currency within the City of Detroit have forced us to allocate funding on a very strict budget. This is why I've decided to keep the Detroit Youth Violence Prevention Plan and cut the residential demolition program to help ensure that the progression of the city of Detroit are in safe hands. Keeping the Detroit Youth Violence Prevention Plan is important because of the great impact that the youth of Detroit have on the future of the city of Detroit. What's the point of rebuilding our city of Detroit if we ignore the development of our youth? They will be the ones deciding the future politicians when the current politicians become too old to rule in the future. So it's very important to invest in them. According to justice.gov, the Detroit Youth Violence Prevention Plan aims to reduce violence among youth, providing safe routes to and from school that are guarded by volunteers, and by providing alternate paths to suspended and troubled children in school. This plan has even gained approval from President Obama himself. Also, according to cops.usdoj.gov, the homicide rate among Detroit youth is 5 times more than the nationwide rate among American youth students, which is quite alarming, really. Unfortunately, keeping the Detroit Youth Violence Prevention Plan forces me to cut the residential demolition program to keep the city within its monetary budget and to prevent Detroit from falling further into the recession. This is not an easy choice to make, however. My research further indicates that this is the right decision to make. According to the Wall Street Journal, in an article published by Alex Kellogg, the city of Detroit is using the stimulus money from the government, which is worth approximately $20 million, to fund the residential demolition program of houses. Furthermore, the demolition of these houses also include historical landmarks and sites vital to the history of Detroit. The $20 million being used to destroy should be used to recreate and build more jobs for the youth of Detroit, like in the previously mentioned Detroit Youth Violence Prevention Plan that I am keeping. I'm a firm believer that the city of Detroit would be better off stimulating more jobs and occupying these homes instead of destroying them, so that the city of Detroit can become repopulated and become booming with activity in the streets of Detroit.